Hello and welcome back to I Overcooked the Intro. Nailed that, didn't I? Anyway, welcome back to another week. This is week number 2 of hashtag Forzathon. And it's not a Reynolds, but it's an MG. But the best bit is, this one is a race car. And like we do each season, 20 points in autumn and it's yours. So here we have the number 20 MG6 XPower. It's got 340 brake horsepower, 302 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs 2,910 pounds. And it's front-wheel drive. To be honest with you, it does look very, very cool indeed. And going to the inside, we have got, well, barely anything because the joys of a stripped-out race car. What we do have is a wonderful 2 litre, so let's just go ahead and turn the car around and go ahead and take a listen. So going to the upgrade shop, you might notice there's a category missing, and that is aero and appearance, because we cannot change anything about the aero on this thing. We can't take a wing off, we can't put another fancy bigger wing on this thing. But going to conversion, we have a couple of engine swaps. We have got a inline-4 turbo rally and a racing 7.2 litre V8, because of course we do. Also, if you want to make this thing rear wheel, you can do that. If you want to make it all wheel, you can do that too. As for tyres, we start with some very fancy Michelin ones. However, we can change them to just semi-slicks or the Hot Wheels semi-slicks, but we can't change them anything sort of down from that, short of going to drift tyres. We do have an option to drag race this thing, so we might come back and revisit that. Going over to paints, we of course have nothing in advance, because that seems to be a trend recently. But going to manufacturer paints, we of course only have a rather kind of disappointing one. Honestly, you'd have thought they maybe might have scanned a couple more liveries in this, but this could be to do with the upcoming release of the next Forza Motorsport game. Speaking of motorsport, why don't we take this thing for a bit of a race? Now, I've started to notice a pattern of a lot of touring cars and just normal motorsport cars being added, which is quite intriguing. Probably hints to the upcoming, like I say, Forza Motorsport game. But so far, now that brings us up to 2 with the full proper stripped out sort of interiors and liveries. The previous one was the Lynk & Co. 03. Well, I think it was just the 03. And away we go. We are A800 stock, which puts us alongside the apparently Morris Minor Forza edition. So let's go ahead and see. This thing is kind of slow, but it is very, very grippy. Much like the 03 was when that was added. But let's go ahead and take this thing for a bit of a race and try and see if we can't stay in last. I know that made no sense, just go with it. Okay, how good are the brakes? Actually, really, really good, okay. Oh, somebody hit a wall. Oh, that's the 03. Cool, that's the car I was just talking about. So I've noticed something interesting about this car now is if you sort of turn this thing a bit too much, it kind of tends to, well, you'll see, probably. Can I do it in this corner? Nope, not quite, but it tends to kind of tripod a bit, which is a little concerning considering when you're racing, all 4 wheels are meant to usually stay on the ground. In fact, up front here, like I was saying earlier, again, another good little example, is the other Lynk 03 race car. So let's go ahead and see, can we try and beat that thing? We've only got a few corners to go, and these cars are the exact same class. So in theory, if we get it right, we could just do that. Oh, that was risky. Come on, coming up to the line, the Lynk 03 is nearby. Can we make it? Yes, we can. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and see. First place for the time of 2 minutes 10. Not terrible. Okay, so I kind of stuffed up what I was trying to say during the race, but this was the other car I was talking about, the number 100 Cyan Racing at Lynk & Co. 03. So that makes 2 of them now. And the interesting thing about both of them is they're both front-wheel drive. Well, this one is, but not for long. Let's go to all-wheel, let's go ahead and chuck in a absolutely massive engine, and we're going to go and prep this thing to go drag racing. I can already hear all the purists yelling at me now. So despite the fact we're running a race car here with way too much power for its own good, but we can go ahead and make this thing even lighter. Okay, I think. So something I wanted to bring up while tuning this thing is because you can't, of course, obviously replace the aero and appearance, that does mean you can tune the aero from stock. And I'm just going to go and put it all the way down to speed. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and try out this thing with 1,350 brake horsepower, 7 gears. Oh dear, this might have been a mistake. Right, away we go. Up into 3rd already.
Early. Horizon Arcade will begin soon.
No, I'm good, thank you. Anyway, going back to the drag strip, we have hit 200 miles an hour and 203 through the camera. Now we have to go ahead and put this thing back onto its stock tyres because they seem to be more grippy than the actual other tyres choices in this game. Why is my English failing today? Welcome back to episode number 463 of Tech Has a Skill Issue with Languages. And true to its name, the XPower is indeed now up into X-Class. So here we are now over at the edge on the motorway. This Mustang is trying to attempt to race me, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and see what the top speed of this thing is in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, where's the edge of our speed zone? It's up here somewhere. I just know it is. There it is, 247.99 miles an hour and a slight AI car to boot. Right, let's go ahead and take this thing to the downhill and our speed camera and go and see what top speed we can get out of this thing. So, barely avoiding an AI car, there is our camera, there is our speed of 253. We're going downhill, what do we get? We get 258. I thought that was another AI car back there, but no, it's a ghosted player. So now the bit that goes and frightens us all, I have to go and drift this thing. So, over to the drift zone we go. Let's go ahead and see what we can get out of this thing. It is 1,350 brake horsepower, all-wheel drive, and it is probably on the fairly grippy tyres, but somehow we still managed to get 38,146 points from this thing. Okay, and we kind of destroyed half the scenery. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Going back in for attempt number 2, can we beat 38,000? I don't know, don't think so, because we just clouted the wall. But let's go ahead and keep going anyway, see if we can at least get over 30k. In fact, we can, that's 35,023. Not too bad, out of a race build. So honestly, for a race build, this thing really isn't too bad. Should you go ahead and get one of these things? Absolutely, they are an absolute bundle of fun. Honestly, they are genuinely... Honestly, I don't know, I don't have words for these things. It's interesting seeing motorsports cars in the Horizon series, and having this as a brand new edition is actually pretty good too. But there is one more version of the MG6, but you'll probably see that tomorrow. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I will go ahead and say, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and I will go ahead and see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Tech out. Bye. Why does this make for such cool B-roll footage? I don't understand.